Sai Ram and welcome once again to Prasanthi Chronicles. Interestingly, for this episode of Prasanthi Chronicles, we are not in Prasanthi, but we are in Chennai at a place that inextricably binds the two Sais, Shirdi Sai and Sathya Sai, Puttaparthi and Shirdi in an amazingly spellbinding manner. This is a place you must not miss to visit, witness and reflect upon, especially in this historic time when we celebrate and observe the 100th year of the Maha Samadhi of Shirdi Sai 1918 to 2018. And this place is the holy shrine of the Sai Baba temple at Guindy, Chennai. Now this place is significant for three principal reasons. Firstly, this is where the first time ever an idol of Shirdi Sai was installed, consecrated and worshipped. While the shrine at Shirdi was unveiled on Vijayadashmi Day 1954, 5 years before that, Bhagawan inaugurated this shrine of Shirdi Sai in February 1949. On this side, you have the stupa. Now, Swami inaugurated this stupa in February 1973, 2 years before the Sarvadharma stupa came into being in Prasanthi Nilayam, which happened in 1975. This lotus stupa is in fact a part of the insignia of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations. This is that historic place. And the third important reason this place is highly propitious is Bhagawan declared that this is my first mandir, my first spiritual center. So you have on one side the Ganesha, then you have the Naga Sai, you have the stupa, then you have the Navagrahas, and finally you have the shrine of Shirdi Sai. So this is Bhagavan's gift to humanity, the first spiritual center. The story of the shrine goes back to the Dasara of 1943 when Loknath Mudaliar, a devout gentleman, suddenly went mad because of an attack of black magic. His family was devastated, his condition became pathetic. The family was praying to all the gods they knew. The condition deteriorated for the first day, the second day. On the midnight of the second night, suddenly he woke up with a start saying, "Where is that charming young man? Where is that person with lovely hair wearing the chilly red gown? He came and he asked me to drink tulsi water. He asked me to sip this water thrice, and when I did that, I became completely all right. Where is that man?" The family had no idea what he was talking about, but they were so happy that their head of the family, Loknath Mudaliar, was fine. And the next day at 11:30 in the morning, Swami steps into the house of Loknath Mudaliar. The family has no clue about Swami. Swami goes straight to Loknath Mudaliar, and the moment Mudaliar sees Swami, he cries out, "You are the God who cured me." And he wants to get up, but he's unable to because of a fracture. Swami just pulls his right toe and his bones get fixed instantly. He falls at the feet of Bhagavan, and Swami then creates vibhuti and says that it is I who came last night in your dream, and I have come now to assure you that henceforth you will never be affected by any attack of black magic. Swami then looks at his wife and says, "Go to this particular spot of your land. A sorcerer has kept carcasses of goat and chicken there. He wanted to kill Loknath Mudaliar. Dig the place, remove all the dead remains of animals, place this vibhuti, and after you have done this, come to Prasanthi Nilayam And once Loknath Mudaliar and his family go to Prasanthi Nilayam, he is blissed out in the peace of being with Bhagawan. When he returns, he suddenly gets this inspiration. He wants to do something for Swami, and he says, Swami, can I build a place for you in Chennai so that whenever you come to the city, you can reside here? Swami blesses him with that idea and says, go ahead. But even as he's making preparations for this, comes a letter from Prasanthi Nilayam, and Swami clearly writes there is no need to build a residence for me. Instead, build a temple for my former body. I will myself come and consecrate this shrine of my former incarnation. Till now, there is no sculpture image set of me, even in Shirdi. You start this work in right earnest. I am with you. Make due preparations. I will come and lay the foundation stone. So that is how on July 10th, 1946, Swami is here to lay the foundation stone. He creates Sri Chakram, turmeric, kumkum. He places it below the slab and announces that this is my first mandir. Bhagawan physically was just 20 years old then. After the foundation stone was laid by Bhagawan, Loknath Mudaliar started the construction work. The World War II was going on. He had plenty of challenges, but his main worry was how to get an idol of Shirdi Sai done. He had never seen Shirdi Baba. He had no reference image. So he went back to Prasanthi Nilayam, and Swami graciously gave him a clay model of Shirdi Sai and said, you go back and just be there. Continue the work. Just like an electrician does the wiring of a building, I, at the right time, will supply power to the entire space and make it come alive. So he returns to Guindy. The work is going on. A few days pass, and suddenly one day a sculptor appears at his site and says that a Muslim looking like saint came in my dream and said, there is a temple being constructed next to the Guindy railway station. You please go there. There is work for you. The moment Mudaliar sees the sculptor, he commissions the work of doing the statue of Shirdi Sai, and this divine sculptor creates two images, one of Lord Ganesha and Shirdi Sai. February 3rd, 1949 is the golden letter day for this historic shrine. Swami arrives that day with a host of devotees, and there is a grand procession. Swami first installs the Ganesha statue and then consecrates the idol of Shirdi Sai. Swami creates Navaratnas, 9 gems, golden tumi flowers, Sri Chakra, and does the Prana Pratishtha, which is infusing life into the idol and establishing it here. And after Swami completes this ceremony, Swami comes down the steps of the shrine and looks at all the devotees and says, now I am going to infuse power into this idol. And even as everyone is looking at the shrine with concentrated vision, everyone is stunned to see that the idol levitates. It is in the air for a while and then it settles down. Swami visits this shrine for the next 1 month, every morning and evening. Subsequently, every 8 to 10 years, Swami has done this Prana Pratishtha ceremony, and this was done last in 1984. On that occasion, Swami manifested a Sudarshana Chakra and placed it below the idol. The Sudarshana Chakra, Swami says, is the potent instrument of the Lord that destroys our enemies, internal and external. Back in the 50s, one of the privileges that devotees had was to do Pada Puja to Bhagawan, wherein they would worship his feet with sandalwood paste, turmeric, rose water, and so on. So on the day of the consecration of the shrine, when Bhagavan returned to the residence of Loknath Mudalayar, the family prayed for this chance and wished if they could have the impression of Bhagavan's feet as their cherished memory of that unforgettable day. When they made this request to Swami, Swami suddenly went into a trance, and when he came back, he asked them to spread the silk cloth, and he stood there and said,
"Why my feet?
Today I have installed my former incarnation. You are going to see the feet of my former body." And when Bhagavan stepped out of that silk cloth, the devotees were thrilled to see not the feet impression of Sathya Sai, the soft, tender, rather teenage feet of Bhagavan, but the long, heavy, ponderous feet of Shirdi Sai. And it is this impression of Shirdi Sai's feet which is part of the sanctum sanctorum of this holy shrine. So moving on to the second significant aspect of this shrine, this stupa was inaugurated by Bhagavan on the Silver Jubilee anniversary celebrations of this shrine on February 3rd, 1973. In the 70s, the affairs of the temple was looked after by Loknath Mudalayar's daughter, Leelamma, and she wanted to make the Silver Jubilee celebrations of this mandir really special. She went to Bhagavan to seek his permission for the same, and when she prostrated at Swami's feet, suddenly the vision of this stupa flashed in her mind, and she immediately prayed to Swami if she can build a stupa for the occasion. And Swami not only graciously blessed the idea but also indicated the spot where the stupa should come up. And when she returned to Chennai, from out of nowhere, a devotee, Sethuraman, comes to her and says that I want to help you in the construction of the stupa. Swami has sent me, and he brings in a group of engineers who construct this 32 feet concrete stupa in 15 days straight by the will of Bhagavan. As you can see, on top of the stupa is the lotus, in the center of which is the divine lamp signifying the blossoming of spiritual wisdom. On the first face of the stupa, you have Lord Vigneshwara establishing divine power in this place. On the second face, you have Lord Subramanya signifying spiritual courage. On the third face, you have Lord Dakshinamurti infusing the shrine with supreme peace. And on the fourth face, you have Lord Venugopala, the Prema Leela of the Lord. He illustrates the divine play of love of Swami. And below all these deities, you have eternal messages of Bhagavan and the principle of unity of all faiths. On the day of the inauguration of this stupa, Bhagavan made a pronouncement saying many such stupas are going to be erected in his Mahimasthalas, places sanctified by his glory. And immediately after this stupa came up, you have the Sarvadharma Aikya stupa, which Bhagavan unveiled in Prasanthi Nilayam on the occasion of his 50th birthday, November 23rd, 1975. After the foundation stone of this shrine was laid by Bhagawan, Loknath Mudaliar noticed that a snake pit started forming in this area. He thought it would cause a lot of inconvenience to devotees and he started destroying that mound. At that time, the station master of Guindy railway station was a devotee of Shirdi Sai. Shirdi Baba comes in his dream and asks him to instruct Loknath Mudaliar to not destroy this mound and instead build a platform. As Shirdi Baba said, Sai will reside here as Naga Sai. This is the Navagraha Sthala of this holy shrine. Way back in 1962, Loknath Mudaliar, the founder trustee of this temple, showed Bhagawan an idol of Lord Shanishwara, God Shani, and before that could be installed, he merged at Bhagawan's feet. Later on, Swami asked his daughter Leelamma to make rest of the 8 grahas, 8 planetary deities, and Swami said, I will myself come for the Prana Pratishtha consecration ceremony. That happened on 25th January 1985. On that occasion, Swami created a Navagraha chakra which had inscriptions of all the 9 planets and also the 9 gems, the Navaratnas, and Swami placed those Navaratnas below the idol of Lord Surya, the sun god. The sun god is the principal deity of the Navagrahas. Ever since, this sthala has become an integral part of this holy shrine of Sai Baba temple at Guindy.